Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a look at our garden on June 3rd. And there we go, have some herbs, some rosemary and some thyme, and a little cat sculpture in the little square container. We're putting the cages back on these because the groundhogs have returned, and to keep them from munching, we're going to be protecting them. And there is our parsley, and there is our hopscotch, so stay tuned. We'd like to ask that you please subscribe, hit the like button, and the notify to stay current with our content. Thank you. He's our big ginger, and now we move down to some more herbs that Luann has planted to grow. She could tell you what all they are. And then in here we have a dragon dinosaur kale, and we have hot peppers coming up, and that's what's in that big planter. And it doesn't have any problems because there's no animals that can climb up into it. But for most of the up part of the garden, we have everything underneath some wire, as you shall see. And you will find the odd marigold and stuff. And here are some more bell peppers and jalapenos that we have coming up, as well as all of her little flowers. I think they're wavy petunias, I think they're called. Here we have some more. And our celery, along with the marigold, and some other vegetables coming up. And again, here's a close-up of the wavy petunias, one of my wife's favorite flowers. She's got a whole bunch of them right there, and now she's going through the garden. And if I remember right, down here in the mulch, she has some clematis growing. They're going to get a good bit of water because it's right there by the downspout. And then we have some mulch here behind the fireplace and have some more plants coming up. These are going to be climbers. And as you can see, we also have some pots hung on the rack up above. So again, getting the flowers out. Here it is, June 3rd, and we're making the yard all nice and pretty for summer. We've had some work done on the pool filter. That's all been done. The fencing has all been moved, so we've got everything pretty much knocked into shape. Now we have some melatonin, those little cages you see on the outside of the fence. We also have some mulch beds, some grapevines, and some other stuff coming up on the outside of the fence. And if it ever wants to vine on the fence, I guess we'll later. But here's our grapevines that we have growing. Luann's happy about those. And here we are with the artichokes. We have 6 of them out, and here are our Brussels sprouts, and of course our solar melter for beeswax that we have out by the pool, getting a lot of sun, making us beeswax. And then Luann's planting some more beans and some other runners in these tubs with mulch. And she's got more plants out in containers out by the deck, and you've seen these in previous videos. A lot of them are flowers, and we also have some vegetables going up out here. But again, these are what she has. I wish I knew the name for those. To me, they look like a flame paintbrush. And then she's got chives right here. These are a perennial that we had left over from last year. She's got some more chives coming up. We split those. So they're all coming up and being planted around. And as you can see, some of them, these look like artichokes, but they are not. They're a flower. And here are some more flowers. So we have quite a bit going on in the garden this year, and getting some rain and some good sun in our warmer temperatures. And of course the marigolds, we have plenty of those from our Aunt Marilyn, and we just save the seeds and keep replanting them year after year. And let's look right over here, and here's our semicircular garden by the pool. And I forget what she put out there, but the seeds went a little in clumps, and we have a bunch of them coming up, and we'll be thinning them. And then the butterfly sculpture that flies above that particular garden. So that takes a look at that little garden. And of course now we have milkweed growing up on these spirals, and that's for the butterflies that will come and be visiting them later on in the year as they store up energy before they head down to Mexico. And then we have some more plants and some more vegetables and herbs growing around here, right here in some pots. And the little bee with a little bucket of honey right there by, I'm going to take a wild guess, that looks like rosemary to me. And then we have the wedding candles. These came back from last year, and Luann's very happy about those. And then we have our little airplane, no plant in it. We keep the bird bath with a pan of water for them, and a bucket for bringing stuff around, so stay tuned. And here we have the pot and containers that have our bell peppers and our tomatoes all out here by the fence. That way the deer can't get to them. It pretty well keeps the animals away. And then, of course, we have a bunch of bells on the cones around them for the plants to grow up. As you can see, some guardians around some of the plants, tomatoes with tomatoes on them already. We're happy about that. We have a lot of blooms coming out, so we're having a pretty good tomato crop this year. But again, being right here, the animals can't get to them very readily. And then we have some containers here with sweet peas, green beans, and lima beans, and some other stuff that we will be allowing to grow up to come up on the fence, and we'll just be picking them off of that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a look at that part of the garden. And finishing up just about where we left off, there you go, the wedding candles once again. So we hope you found all this useful and informative. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day at your house and have fun. Hello, Hopscotch. You know, forget buying expensive toys for your kittens and cats. We find that just taking the aircraft spruce box and the paper on the tile floor is more than enough amusement for them for hours.